for LGD. So I think it's in VG.j's best interest to not put too much focus on this bot lane, because Spectre is going to have a hard lane if they spend all 3 heroes, the Earth Spirit, the Rubik, and the Lifestealer in this bot lane. That's why they're going for this aggressive tri-lane. But they may want to be able to, you know, seamlessly transition the Earth Spirit to rolling on mid, which is why right now this Kunk is kind of hanging around, making sure that Lifestealer doesn't get too Arc Warden doesn't get too bothered on the bot lane another gank.
Oh god, maybe. Well, he does have a good amount of spam available here and is going to try and get something back, but it looks like Yao is already going to drop, and FY really not to be punished this one, I don't believe. He might actually end up going down. They pop the salve, though, and, well, because you have the cooldown on Dagger, didn't want to end up spending any more mana. Maybe just going to have to watch in dismay as Earth Spirit gets away from this one. So, yeah, this is tough.
Only 50 damage at level 1, so it is very tough for a Spectre in this situation, and this is another reason why you don't see Lina support. This is why I thought that Lina core is a better idea. What the hell is Lina going to do in this lane? She has great range, but you attack one hero, you got to worry about 2 other heroes. Her long pizza spinning attack animation makes her very vulnerable to an Earth Spirit rolling in as they're going in again.
Yeah, they're going to try and find this one. Maybe we'll be able to throw out the Spectral Dagger and taking a good bit of damage on the way. Turning now onto FY, the Torrent to follow up, connects onto 2 of them, and maybe going to be able to find 1 kill, but will they lose maybe in return? It doesn't look like it. And Aggressive now actually turned upon as well. They aren't quite going to be able to hit the secondary Light Strike Array, but still running through. They pop the Mango, throw out the Dagger. This is going to keep vision and should ensure a kill onto Aggressive. Back. I believe, almost possibly, they do end up picking that one up. And it looks like Fenrir might actually take some damage as well. So this early point in Desolate, making gank and make stuff happen in that fashion?
Only counter gank. It's probably in his best interest to get a TP pretty soon, because, like I said, Flux is great. As we saw in this previous gank, Desolate is amazing whenever they can get target isolated as Kanka going in.
Yeah, well, there's a nice little Torrent following up the Light Strike Array. FY taking some damage. They're going to get a stun onto 2, and well, maybe needs to be careful lest Aggressive take him down, but well, that's still going to be Freeze finding a kill into Ame in the mid lane, and I mean, you still have Spectres.
Arc Warden has, you know, really slow move speed. He's 285 passive. He can't really deal with this pure damage of the laser. He actually went for a very early point in Magnetic Field, which is surprising to me as, man, they're going in again on maybe.
Yeah, they're never going to stop on this guy. He might end up falling. This time they pull him back in and should be able to bring him back down as well. No mana needed for that Fade Bolt. And this is just is a disaster lane. I don't think that... Oh, they dropped Sentry. Oh, God.
They don't have another one, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna stay over here for a little bit. But they're getting spread so thin. You go to one lane, like M99 and Lina were making the right play. Tinker exploded a lot of mana to kill that Arc Warden, so going in on Earth Spirit again.
Yeah, they might be able to do something here. You have... Oh, there's the lift back, though. Fenrir keeping his buddy FY alive, and, well, that's going to be the kill. So they pull him back in. Yao picks it up.
Small turnaround. And Earth Spirit has been mid. You can't really get the jump on her, but again, like, she's not farming, and that's the biggest concern, is now VG.j's supports are going to return the Smoke Favor. You might bait the Spectre.
Maybe getting very aggro. The Torrent going to be dodged from that, and, well, that should be a kill onto maybe. No great way out of this one. And they find another.
Mid lane, they're fluxing up Freeze.
Oh.
Tempest double.
Now trying to stay alive in that magnetic field, so another one of those spark rates gets sent out, and that will hit onto Freeze, but still not doing a whole hell of a lot of damage. He's still fine here with the regen rune.
Yeah, I don't really know why Ame took magnetic field this early on, so you ideally... Oh, going in on mid bot again.
Yeah, maybe it's just going to keep on getting rolled on. They have Torrents there to try and turn it back around, and the Light Strike Array right-clicks onto FY. They have the X as well. Fenrir that should be enough to get the kill, but yeah, the turn, the kill, maybe going to come out. Fenrir actually out of mana at this point. Maybe going to be able to walk away from that one, so they do take down the...
It's absolutely nothing than helping our Tinker get something or shutting down the Arc Warden.
This is sort of the way that VG.j tend to play their drafts as well, though, is they give Freeze a hero that can catch up and farm after the laning phase,
right,
and then they end up like sort of sacking his lane a little bit. But I mean, in this case, it's not really even sacking it. Yeah, they are going to be going in for this one. There's the X, there's the Torrent, the Haunt comes in as well, and rOtk, good bit of damage. He's trying to turn now on to maybe finds that kill almost. Maybe is he going to get it? No, the Spectral Dagger did end up wearing off before he could find his way all the way into the trees. And now M99 possibly.
But they really have no risks whenever they go over aggressive. You aren't giving up kills to the Spectre that much. She's 1-3-3 right now, so she's participated in a handful of assists, but she's still 5th lowest net worth, and she's not a great hero at recovering. Meanwhile, top lane.
Yeah, Fenrir is going to get caught out here, and the Light Strike Array connects. Fenrir is going to drop. They're trying to take down the Centaur, but he has Stampede. They're never going to find that kill. So he is fine. Really incredibly strong Dota on occasion, and then sort of throw away that advantage on time. So something to keep in mind for these fights going forward as rOtk looking for an RP with that Blink Dagger reveal, and can they get the counterplay? The Torrent? No, it's not going to quite be there in time. Maybe still in trouble. They are going to be able to find that kill. Magnetize is also now on to several of these LGD heroes. Reapplication. Ame's in the area, but I think there's too many heroes here. They can't really make anything of this, and now he's also caught up in some more Magnetize.
It never ends.
This is going to be a lot of damage. They might end up losing the Courier, though. A little bit of a misplay there. rOtk is going to die, but so too will Arc Warden, as well as M99. The boat's going to go out. Not nearly enough, so a 3-for-1 exchange, and that one was pretty lucky at that.
Alright, so Earth Spirit did nearly 2,000 damage. He went for the hood first before the Blink Dagger because, like I said, well,
they're going on to him, and there's the Skewer back as well. Does still have... Oh, he's silenced, though. Stampede, it's not going to be enough. The buff bow, it's not going to be there. He almost had enough with the buff bow.
FY's hungry.
Yeah, they're taking more here. Yao just trying to stay alive. The Boulder Smash, I don't know if they actually spotted Yao there, but in the meantime, they will be able to take down M99, and Yao is going to drop. 3 dead for LGD. Vici.j is just running over them at this point. The only plus side is that you do have this tower starting to go down, but I don't even know if they're actually far. I don't know. Do you think that there's what's their way back into this game at this point? Is it just maybe this movement right here?
Maybe this. Aggressive doesn't have the mana for Rage. He has a stick.
Okay.
He's probably going to need to use it.
Well, Torrent to follow. They've stacked these pretty beautifully, and now maybe has shown up as well. Aggressive does have the armlet. He's going to start the toggling and maybe can get out of this one. Maybe it's still on top of him. Fenrir shows up. They can't find the kill on the Lifestealer. They do bring down one. rOtk is a big one at that, but God, they would have loved to kill that Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Tinker really starts to come online if we see the Arc Warden find him out. There might be a good opportunity there. We'll have to see. In the meantime, though, a lot of trouble right now. They've already taken down the Lina. They used the RP onto Ame. Torrent to try and turn this, but it was never going to be enough, and they lose too. So, I mean, even if you can find that opportunity, Vici.j are just grouped together. This is a problem. The hoof stop to start. They've got Stampede as well to chase. It looks like they have an idea that rOtk could be here, and this would be a huge kill for them. And there's the hoof stomp, double edge as well. Spectre's going to get in on this. This is a much needed one, and maybe even picks up the kill. That's great.
Very comfortable, and she's going to TP back to a lane.
Closer to this Radiant. So at this point in time in the game, how worried would you be for Vici.j, or are you still feeling very comfortable?
Oh, RP.
Oh my god. Alright, well, they're going to pull back in one. M99 goes down. That feels pretty good to me.
It's pretty good, but probably not worth the RP unless they can... It's not as overpowered as it used to be. It used to be the Tempest had always a perpetual 10-second BKB, or it would copy the... Nope. Lina.
Yeah, they're going to get caught here. And actually, a good stalk comes in at the same time, canceling out and almost able to bring down that Centaur. And now the Spirit ulti as well. They're just going to run away from this one. Maybe trying to back out. Is still getting chased down by FY and is going to be stunned. Maybe he's going to get killed off. And that is a huge pick. Oh, so close right there. Had to actually buy out the Radiant's recipe.
They don't have Magnus, though. And that's kind of worrying to me.
Yeah, he's showing up here at the end, and Radiant's still not going to be online. Maybe gets initiated on and going to be brought down. The boat gets dropped to try and keep him away. M99 is going to fall here, and everybody else is just going to be forced backing away. So Yao possibly going to end up dropping as well. They get the stun and the follow-up silence. So everybody dies, and Freeze looking quite farmed at this stage.
Freeze and Aggressive. He's completed that Sanjinyasha, and well, he's going into the pit. And hell, if one pick wasn't good enough, then surely 2 picks is. Haunt is up, though, in 15 seconds. But as a trade-off, RP is also up.
I think
what
FY
it's
maybe
weird up to.
overstepped his bounds a little bit here.
Perhaps.
He will die to that one, although Freeze shows up and finds one, probably going to get another, but might end up paying the price for it as they've got the Torrent pull back in. They are going to kill off that Lina, but it looks like the Spectre is going to get in on the action and maybe picks up the kill onto Freeze. Agressif shows up, going to take down that creep and then head the heck out of here.
That was almost #worth, but you warned me about it. You said Freeze sometimes made a little fresh Aegis. There are no big items that VG.j are waiting for. Like, Lifesteal is working on an AC, but he's still a long way to Haunt.
Haunt comes in. They want to try and take this fight. They're on to XZ, though, in some trouble. The boat goes out. They're getting the buff. Fenrir going to drop. They throw out that Laguna Blade as well. rOtk already taking a lot of damage. He drops the RP, but it's on to Ame, and Yao, is it going to be enough? It looks like maybe an Ame already gone. They are so freaking low, and they are going to kill off maybe. Very, very close. Almost was within range of that shrine, but wasn't quite there in time. So 1-for-1 exchange, but you lose your Rubik for your Spectre. Not at all worth it.
No, and again, that was Aghanim Stampede. Agressif still has his Aegis.
Yeah, and Haunt is still down. Oh, Ame. Oh no, this is a problem. They bring in the XZ. They have a Torrent, which is going to catch on to several. Maybe going to be able to do something here, but yeah, they catch on to the Lina. Possibly going to get XZ out. Ame and M99 still in a lot of trouble. They kill off that one Tempest double. They're able to get out on the Centaur, and it looks like that is... That was scary.
And now mid lane might be scary.
Oh, stun onto Agressif. They haunt in. Yao tries to find this. Torrent, no, he got the rage off. No, he's going to be lifted up, and the boat connects. They apply this buff onto everybody. A ton of damage mitigation, but the RP comes in. rOtk possibly finally going to be brought down. They are able to bring that one at the very least, but Spectre is starting to come down. Yeah, and Freeze is just all over these guys. There isn't an answer. That is going to be a double for FY, and GG gets called. Now, Vici.j on the verge of eliminating LGD again.
You can't say that they didn't entertain, though. I wanted to see what an Arc Warden was capable of, and despite, you know, it was a pretty neutral laning phase for the Arc Warden, and I think it's because...
Took out the large camp that was stacked up once. He's got phase boots, going to be building back towards the Aquila, as well as the poor man's shield. He's stacked.
Yeah, and comparatively speaking, this Lifestealer has been getting it contested a little bit more by the Magnus, and yet, mid lane.
Freeze taking some damage here, gonna get stunned up. He's got ulti, everything else on top of him. They need to take down that healing ward. Is gonna end up falling, but M99 in trouble now. Freeze will die to this. That's first blood, but they will also take down the Earth Spirit in exchange.
I'm really surprised that he got slipped up by that. Or so bot lane, RTK gets pretty low, but now Ame. Yeah, there's no mana on ROTK. It would have been really nice if that Juggernaut got first blood before Timber did, but unfortunately he got his ankles broken by a bootless, or no, he has boots now on M99, but still, phase boot. Oh, bot lane.
Yeah, ROTK didn't quite know where he wanted to go with that one as Yao came in and just threw a little sun ray action on him.
Matchup before, because now XZ is getting rotated on. There's no Blink Dagger or anything though, and he has Stampede.
Yeah, ROTK looking, but not going to find it. And it's tough to find the kills. It's also funny to me that you have all of the heroes pretty much of Vici right now building into hoods as well. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but oh, was that? I just must have misclicked on it. Looks like it was just actually the Timber
bot lane. Fenrir.
Go in, find it. Not gonna get it.
Yao can't dive. He's so squishy.
Oh my god.
M99.
All right. Well, a quick Omni Slash finishes that one off. So we switch over towards the net worth. No surprise, the Jug is still sitting up top.
Wow, they used Poison Nova on this Juggernaut. I mean, on this Timber Saw.
He
should be alive.
Really low.
He has 8.
Going over into the jungle. And
yeah, he had picked up an Invis rune earlier, and then Freeze saw him and was like, get out of my lane. And then Venno never showed himself again, so chances are he's decided to put his interests elsewhere. But bot lane...
they're going to go in on this right now, but Ame's going to be getting a lot... Oh, he jumps inside the creep! Black Hole not going to do it this time, and now they're going to be able to chase him down even further. Possibly can go for this kill. Icarus dive forward. They have the Supernova as well, in a hell of a lot of trouble. FY is going to drop Stampede to follow it up, and they're just trying to take him down. There is going to be a Winter's Curse, so everybody hitting on Ame, but I think he'll be able to survive through that rage to get away. Great reaction by Ame. Is a life stealer ready to pop out. Looks like Timbersaw might be the one that they go on.
He's so low from all this chip damage. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. That's pretty easy. Well, and now a tower to follow. All right, LGD coming together with the Venomancer as the sort of the oil that's making this engine turn. That's how engines work, right?
Exactly. They don't call it a rotary engine for nothing. I mean, this is a product of LGD hitting their item timing sooner. Oh, M99 gonna die in the top lane.
That's unfortunate. Really good play there by FY. Able to get the stun off, and then he wasn't able to run Boulder away.
It's kind of sticking around here, though. Kill the Lifestealer, and then, meanwhile, you're going to be magnetized, you're going to be taken down to Poison Nova, and then you need to worry about killing a Supernova as well. So they need to draw focus everywhere, and now right now Timbersaw top lane.
Oh, the stun. They are going to be able to catch on to Freeze. The Winter's Curse trying to turn it, but Freeze is still stuck there in the Cold Embrace, and it does look like they're going to try and chase this. Supernova even committed. Can they find this kill? They have a Stomp available. Oh, it's just barely not going to be enough. Oh, if that Stomp came a second earlier, it would have been there, but still, now they go in with M99. 2 heroes are already dead. He will kill off Fenrir, and it looks like with maybe here as well, they'll be able to bring down rOtk just barely. Aggressive showing up now, Omni Slash available, but Ame is here as well as maybe, and they're just going to keep this pressure on. Freeze is kind of left out on an island as well, and looks like he will be able to cut them through.
Why is he still sticking around?
Oh, that's why! The black hole, they got him! They baited it out, jebaited. Can they kill him off, though? It does look like they get the ulti coming out from the Veno, which will kill off the Jug. And it looks like Freeze might end up falling as well. No, he just has the ulti on him. Unless they can quite get into range with M99. Phoenix shows back up. DOT on top of Freeze, trying to bring these guys down. The team fight has lasted forever. Able to juke all of those Fire Spirits. He threw out 4 of them, and they didn't hit one. Oh my god, that was beautiful juking by Freeze.
The rare, like, double stage debating. Again, I thought whenever the
possibly find and kill off Aggressive. It's gonna be tough.
They see him.
They're gonna jump out on top of him right away. Good amount of damage, and they will be able to find that kill. Nicely played. Winter's Curse is still up and alive, and they're gonna throw it now onto XZ. He's taking a good bit of damage, but there's nowhere near gonna be enough, and now the Venom ulti comes down. rOtk forced to back away, but he might end up falling to this unless he can get to the Shrine in time. We'll see if he does end up ticking down the Shrine, keeping him alive, but they are onto Fenrir nonetheless. So rOtk will live from this.
He's still ticking.
Oh my god, he's almost...
You're just gonna come on down and be like, oh, I appreciate you spending so many resources on this disposable Lifestealer life.
This is a better kill.
Yeah, Centaur's a much better kill.
And they are going to drop the RP for that one. Skewer back in. That should be enough, I imagine. Well, gonna end up stampeding away. They still have the Malefice that's onto him, slowing down, and that is going to be enough for the kill. Although, that being said, Aggressive actually does not have his way out of this one and is going to end up dropping Black Hole. It's going to be laid out. Is it going to be enough damage, though? They might still get the maybe ulti off, and it does look like with the Supernova, that's Venom ulti on everybody. They're all dead. That was a huge, huge play coming in. It looks like they will get out with one. Timbersaw survives, but man, oh man, that's a lot of damage.
They desperately need a pipe on VG.j, and right now Timbersaw is the only one in the vicinity of building it, and even then he's going for stopping off for a Bloodstone first. Wyvern has basically nothing. She's going for a Midas of her own. Magnus just has that Blink Dagger and is working on a mech right now. Initially, I thought that now at Radiant, and there's a very brief window of time when like Supernova's up, but Poison Nova isn't, or maybe RP is up. Oh, run away, rOtk.
He might end up going down here. Nonetheless, they are just going to be able to kill him off. Maybe does so much damage.
So much damage and so much slow. You can't run away from him. He will follow you, especially now that he's completed this pike on top of the Dragonlance. There is no way.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, Vici.j, luckily, they have that invite.
Yeah. He can get off the Supernova if he wants. He is going to pop it. They have a stun to follow. Are going to be able to lay it out, but no, it's still going to end up dropping. The Winter Wyvern found it, and this is a really bad fight for LGD.
Skewer.
It looks like they're also going to end up losing this Centaur, possibly. Well, maybe not. Black Hole drops down onto 2. A great boulder smash through, though, is going to be able to turn this back around, and the silence comes out as well. rOtk going to drop. They turned it back around off the back of some great play from that Earth Spirit. XZ is going to live as well. They're going to start to chase these guys down. Venom ulti only ended up connecting onto Freeze as well as, well, not even Aggressive, but Aggressive should still fall here, I do believe. Maybe Freeze can turn this back around, but Aggressive is so freaking low. Freeze is going to die. That's 4 down.
No suicide.
great game and great fight by M99. He is playing out of his mind.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, alright? RP
Well, okay,
is
fair
up.
enough.
Yeah, because Magnus certainly would have gone down with that Centaur, and Centaur didn't use Stampede Aghanims. He was sitting on it and was able to use it to absorb pretty much the entire Omni Slash of Juggernaut, making that part irrelevant.
Oh, and FY, he went over here onto Yao, not quite able to find that kill, and with an urn laid out there from the Earth Spirit, is going to be able to survive that one, so they lose.
For both teams. That was actually more like a plan C for both teams.
Also,
Oh God,
Enigma
freeze.
does have... Oh, they don't quite spot out FY, but they do spot Aggressive. There's the jump forward. He ends up blinking out in time. That's only a black hole into one. XE isn't even going to end up dropping to this. He stays alive. Glimmer Cape comes into play. They throw out the Venom ulti, also off the mark there, but Freeze still going to be controlled. They jump forward with M99. He's on top of two of them, magnetized down as well. There's not going to be any counter initiation here. It looks like Freeze might end up going down. They drop the Supernova, the Winter's Curse. There's been a whole assortment of miscast spells in this fight. Tension's running high, but I think that LGD come out here, I believe. Omni Slash to try and turn
Blink.
it.
Blink.
Oh, all right, nice play. Able to get out of there. Freeze is also trying to
The
get
chase
away.
continues.
Oh, the stun! They got the Aggressive. Great combo, maybe with the Daedalus is just doing too much damage. All these heroes on top of them, they're able to try and walk away from this one, and M99's taking a good bit as well, but Fenrir's gonna get ran down, maybe with the double kill. And this is going to be GG as somehow, some way, LGD managed to pull it back off the back of some great Venom mid play. And, well, we're going to game number 3. Tsunami, talk to me. What are you thinking about this as we get into the next one?
I think you have to respect ban Venom mid.
Really?
I don't think that, like, so far...
Since Freeze is having a good time for himself as well.
They need to contest someone, either the Anti-Mage or the Venomancer.
Oh.
Right now,
FY.
yeah, FY, he
They're
cannot
going in.
contest.
Yeah, he is super dead. And, well, yep, he is going to drop there. It's actually Tusk that ends up picking up the kill. Only level 3, but still making stuff happen.
Orb of Venom Tick actually Anti-Mage, and Lifestealer can't really keep the pace as easily.
No, absolutely. He is, I mean, obviously going to have himself a nice old time. I'm very curious
Going in
if
now.
they're going to be able to take down and
Nice
skewer back.
cancel.
Oh, they got 2 of them. Oh, the snowball. It's not going to be enough, though. I think that they both still end up dying here. Maybe you get out with one. A really good snowball to the south, and, well, M99 still
They
in
have RP.
trouble. They
They
rotate
don't wanna
everybody.
use
Yeah,
it.
that's super death. And, well, in the end, they end up taking down 2. Great skewer.
In the early to mid game, but Magnus doesn't really have the best blink timing this game, and LGD are being extra aggressive, so it's all about counter initiation.
Oh, they found rOtk. We would love
He
to
has
get the
RP.
Naga Siren. The RP comes out. They do still have Rock, though. They might not realize this is there. They get the lift, maybe. Can they actually get this one off? They're all running
They have
away
Stampede.
aggressive, trying to go in. This is a really scary moment for VG.j. They still have Golem. If they want to drop it, hits there, but they're able to jump inside rOtk. The skewer away as well. rOtk is going to maybe make the escape. No, the snowball chase. They're able to take down aggressive. That was close to disaster. They don't quite catch the Naga, but they do manage to find... That was a really...
It wasn't even like they were outplaying themselves. They were thinking too hard. LGD did not, you know, struggle that much over that push. Ooh.
Oh! All right, he still catches maybe. That's going to be a kill. Nicely done. They end up getting the skewer back as well, so everybody escapes. But finding these pickoffs, so important. It does mean that
Like
RP
this
is
one.
down now. There's the lift up. M99 in trouble. They drop the rock from the high ground. Snowball turning, finding the kill. It is going to be enough. So they end up taking the Lifestealer in turn for the Veno, and they still lose the tier 1 tower.
FY with this blink, he feels like a god. No Rubik Oh!
Uh-oh. Too big for his britches there. Will be punished, but the skewer to the low ground. M99 gets the snowball, saving himself. Now going to run away from Fenrir, still taking damage from Diabolic Edict. It looks like the heals might be enough, but no, the shockwave comes through, and that will secure the kill. Not enough mana for the hoof stomp, but they don't need it. rOtk says, come over here, mister. They take that kill in return. So the brawl-in mid-game is certainly in full effect.
Is under attack.
It's buying Freeze valuable time. He had to actually buy out the recipe until he completes this Sacred Relic, and then things become much trickier for LGD in terms of being able to group up for pushes.
I guess one thing we could keep our eyes on, though, is that you also have these, RP that comes out and will, snowball save. This might be enough. He's going to be able to blink out after the fact. and actually turning it against them now. rOtk in trouble. They have Mana Void, gonna pop it, turn it onto Aggressif now as well, but they do end up being able to take down the Tusk. A small price to play, and now going in for the Shrine. rOtk may be in trouble as well. They're going to be able to counter-initiate here. They're on top of them. FY is going to drop. So they take down 3 again. And what I was going to say before we got into that is that you have the Midas just now completed for Warlock as well. So even though they're going to have this Radiance at a decent time, there's still the problem of so much late-game potential from LGD.
Yeah, and especially if Anti-Mage keeps participating.
A pick on the Naga right now would be huge. They have eyes on her, jump forward. There's the hoof stomp, snowball forward as well. They drop the golem. Freeze is going to end up falling. They end up being able to take him down. rOtk, no RP. Man, that's big.
Mitigation, which isn't very useful against LGD's team right now.
Look at Ame's build. He went for a Hyperstone before Manta.
That's very interesting.
Oh, they wanted this song. Oh, this is a pretty big song, but they don't want to go for it. They're not grouped up enough. rOtk, he does still have a Blink Dagger. They're all together. Can they go for a big RP here? They might be able to make it work. He jumps and only catches onto 1, and now the Rock to turn it back around. Oh, VG.j, this is not the fight for you. rOtk going to try and skewer away. Still, they're all stacked up together. They're on top of him. That's going to be another kill going back the other direction. XZ kills off FY. And that was a hell of a tragic fight. Maybe they can take down, maybe. He drops his ulti as well. They are going to be able to find that kill at the very least. Ame trying to get out of here. They burned through the Aegis. Okay, all is not lost, but now they need to get out of here with the creep. And it looks like they're going to do just that. So the trade ends up being Aegis and then also 2 for 3, which is kind of okay.
Yeah, for fighting into an Aegis, that ended a lot better than it should have for VG.j. They don't lose either core. Unfortunately, Naga did have to like spend a lot of time here, so she's not just farming, and they want to make sure.
But seems to be favoring the mech nowadays.
Ooh, FY lifts up the Warlock.
Oh, they find the Split Earth as well, stealing Shadow Word, decide to turn it onto him, is going to be able to find that kill, maybe, possibly, yeah, it's there. But Fenrir, he dove deep for this one, is going to pay the price. VG.j not able to capitalize any further than that.
That's not bad though. Ends a killing streak on the Warlock as well as his Midas being off cooldown, so maximum value. But XC, he looks like he wants to go on freeze.
Yeah, and they do also have this the anti-mage here.
Stampede, though.
They're right on top of them. Yeah, they were all over that. That's a problem. This is what this hero does.
While taking a ton of his poison damage, so at this point I think he's going to be like a siege cannon whenever team fights break out.
Oh, XZ, he's the first one there, gets the hoof stomp off. They're going to go in, RP onto 2. This might be the start of something beautiful. Can they finish it off? It doesn't quite look like it. Skewer now onto XZ. They've already lost the Leshrac though, when the mechanism comes out. Perhaps a bit too late. Now Ame is here. This is going to be tragic. They take down Aggressif in just a second, maybe. Yes, he is going to go down. The Naga Siren Sleep is there, but all of the teammates of Freeze are gone. He's turning off his Radiance, trying to get out. Are they going to find him? It doesn't look like it. Oh, he does end up getting out. Ooh, that was close.
I like how he's saying, and then in the midst of all the enemy team sleeping, 2 of his teammates fell.
A bit further towards Vici.j, but it's a tough one, and maybe scouting this all out has found Aggressif, pops the rage, turns the fight. The Split Earth not going to do a damn thing. They also catch them there in the freezing field, or rather the shards, and well, it looks like Lifestealer soon to drop as well. That is a huge couple of pickoffs. No buyback at this stage.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Because we've all seen it before, where Naga just becomes completely and totally out of control, and she's surpassed maybe now. Certainly not an unstoppable force by any stretch of the imagination, but when does that point start to come apart as FY just ends up dying in the mid lane? Is it like Octarine Manta, or do you need that next?
You see all these illusions originating from the south side of the map, and that's the one place that you don't have vision. And it's also the one place that Freeze doesn't have vision. They're right now trying to ambush FY, the space creator.
God, I'm gonna have trouble with this one, keeping up throughout the whole course of this game. Does he want to go in for this though? He doesn't have his Blink Dagger off cooldown as of it. He can force staff into it if he wants, but it's such a hard initiation.
Yeah, and Ame has Aegis, so really, you have to spend so much.
Alright, RP, skewer back maybe. Oh, nice. The snowball save! Tusk
but he goes
making the
into
plays,
madness.
but they still might be able to make this happen now. Split Earth comes out, connects onto 3. They drop the Warlock ulti as well, though. This is going to be so much damage onto VG.j. The Fatal Bonds is doing too much, and Freeze just trying to TP back home. You're already in your home, though. How much further can you go? This is going to be at least 2 lanes of barracks. Most likely RP is down, and Vici.j with no answer. I need something. Aggressive, he's gone upon again. They've got him controlled. What was Punch? They evaporate the Lifestealer.
Top barracks are under attack.
VG.j might just be knocked out of this, and GG ends up getting called. They are eliminated from the Manila Masters qualifiers, and LGD will be facing IG tomorrow for that final spot out of these qualifiers. Tsunami, tell me what you're thinking.
I'll tell you exactly what I thought the last game. I think you have to respect ban